his remixes.
It's just become kind of a tradition to have Drew in on our last day before vacation.
Yes.
Very welcome.
We got Patrice O'Neal stopping by.
Nice.
At 7. He's promoting, I think he's going to be, I don't want to name the club because I'm not positive. But one of the clubs in New York. We'll find out when he gets here. And the great Chris Rock stopping by.
How about that?
8 o'clock, right? Chris is coming?
Chris Rock will be here at 8 o'clock. Good. We've talked to him over the years on the phone a couple times, but this will be the first time we ever meet him in person, and I'm very, very excited. I don't know if we've ever really talked about it, but I'm a massive Chris Rock fan. Massive. He put out one of the greatest comedy albums ever when he started talking about, the N-word. Yeah. I think he's responsible for Whitey really feeling like they could throw that word around.
Oh, is that you're blaming him?
I'm going to blame him. I'm going to go, Chris, I think it all started with you. Because we were all kind of scared. We kind of would whisper it to ourselves and stuff, but then you brought it out there for everybody, like explaining what the word's all about. I'm like, oh, and then Whitey felt, okay.
I think he'd argue that white people were using it a little before him.
Yeah, true.
He made it up. It's his fault.
Yeah, but he kind of introduced it to the masses, to like pop culture, to, you know what I'm trying to say?
maybe through.
All right, I got to hone my argument a little bit. It's early.
Yeah. Maybe you're saying this to a certain use. He made it seem like it was acceptable to use under certain conditions,
right?
Mm-hmm. Which he may argue that was not his intention.
Yeah,
he had a funny line. He was talking about it one night. He goes, white people always say, well, why can't I use that word? And my thing is, why would you want to? Like, why do you need to have the right to use it?
Yeah.
Point about it. And what could I say?
That is kind of true. It's like, everybody does say that. Why can black people use it, but white people can't use it? It's like, well,
no,
really? Why would you want to?
Because we're all babies. And it goes back to being a baby. And if, like, your kid brother has something, you want that as well.
Hmm.
You don't ever want to be told you can't do or say something.
I just think it's the A-bomb. Like every body has an A-bomb in an argument.
Uh-huh.
And if you're getting in an argument, you want to be able to say the most hurtful thing you possibly can.
Right.
And that's it. That one ends the argument. It's like using the C word with your girlfriend, for the most part. All of a sudden, argument over. New argument starts that you called me the C word.
No, it's not a new argument. It's the silence treatment.
Well, you might get that, but you might get a brand new argument. That's what I used to get.
Wow, really?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, your ex really...
I could have whispered it.
Look, most women pretty much hate that word,
the
C word. But now that you brought it up, yeah, your ex-wife really, that brought her to a place. The last show before vacation, we haven't figured it out yet. We're kind of screwing off. We got Patrice O'Neal in studio, of course, Jim Norton, and now Chris Rock joins the program. What?
Am I on?
Yeah, now you're on. Sorry.
On?
See, we can't even figure out which mic works. The last day before vacation. Sorry.
You realize it's just the same as like school. Remember in school before vacation or before you left for summer, nothing got done?
I know nothing about school.
It's exactly nothing.
School's for white people.
Well, I sure missed it.
Books and learning.
Maybe it was the Sicilian in me. I missed it, a lot of it. I just went for the first half to learn a little bit of math.
And some
English.
Shop skills, and then move on.
Better things to do.
Yeah.
This is Chris's first time here, and
this is my first time, yeah.
And him and Patrice were talking about something, and apparently he complimented Patrice, and I gotta say I didn't like it at all.
Let me say this. It was a weird thing. I'm sitting there, the first part of the story. I thought somebody's just starting trouble, and I thought it's Chris.
Well, retell the story. I'll make believe I didn't hear this.
Well,
because it was really good.
I had to thank him because one comic said that Chris Rock said that you auditioned for Everybody Hates Chris as the father, talking about me, and said I was awful. I go, no, I was good in that audition. So Keith called me. Keith was there. So Keith goes, man, no. He didn't say that at all. He said you were great. And then he told me the real story. So I'm just, this is.
You were great. You just didn't know any of your lines.
But I didn't.
You're very unprepared and very self-deprecating. But you were great. You were actually the best one that day.
I could have got the father, but I thought I knew my line. Put it this way, I always say in auditions I gave myself a chance to get it, but I'm very aloof in auditions because I don't want to get too like I want it or too I don't want it. I went in.
So why try?
Him and Ollie.
Why try?
I was just saying this is how I'm going to be as a father. But the word was, okay, he was the best, but he didn't get it because of some other stuff. But I was actually felt good about that.
Yeah.
That I was the best, but I.
So you finally got an opportunity to ask Chris if that was true.
Oh, you
or
were
not.
great.
But well, here's the thing I heard is that I had an attitude, and I didn't. I know when I have an attitude. I'm not going to say I'm not an ass.
You didn't have an attitude. You came in. I feel like,
This is good.
an ass.
This is good stuff.
This is
I feel like Mr. Slate. Like I'm Trump. The reason you were let go.
But I don't like to give.
Wait, let's hear his side
Wait a
of
minute,
it.
though. I don't like to give. Just to let me finish.
Let the man finish.
I don't.
All right.
I don't
Black
like
man.
to give. I don't like to give black bosses any less type of respect than white bosses. I don't want to look at Chris and go, Chris. And when I go into white things and I'm acting right. I went in there to try to be business, act right.
How many
not
black
try to-
bosses have you really been in front of? Really? You say it like there's so many black bosses
And
out
you act
there.
like you're popular among white people. Like, when have you ever been like nice or diplomatic?
I want it to be the same, exactly the same.
Yeah. Well.
And
Why don't you kiss up to Chris Rock? He's in the
He
studio.
doesn't have to kiss up to me.
You're self-destructive.
I'm not self-destructive. I go
Look
and I
who's
say,
telling you that.
I know a thing about being self-destructive. I think you're being a little self-destructive. You're being a little too cool for the room in front of Chris Rock.
too cool. What are you talking about now?
Yeah.
But don't think me and Chris don't both know white tricks. This is not dividing Piker. What is it? I basically said thank you for the compliment because I heard the
all right.
compliment.
So
I said,
Was his acting,
thank you.
Chris, his acting was good.
His acting was very good. His acting was very good. He just didn't know. He didn't know the part, and he was very. He was just killing himself. He was basically screaming, "Don't hire me."
Oh, Patrice. You know something?
That's the Patrice we
sounds
know.
just like
we know.
Patrice.
This is the
You know
man
what I
we
mean?
know.
I swear
Yeah,
to God,
absolutely sounds just like him.
I know when I'm being
and the
like
guy
that, but I
he went
wasn't.
against was like, "I'm ready to do this. I know every line." And he probably wasn't as good as Patrice, but he was so like, I will do everything you need to do, Mr. Rock.
Hey, you know what? Don't worry about it. It's not like it's a hit show, right?
Yeah, it's not like you see the
But
bus
you're really
boards and the
Chris,
billboards.
I saw your True Hollywood story. You were the same way.
I was, and I straightened out.
Oh, all right. All right, that's his advice. All right, I'm going to try.
You should learn from Chris
I'm
Rock.
learning from Chris. I'm going to learn now.
Terry Crews was great, but
Yeah.
you were really good.
How many seasons are you in on that show?
We're, I think, we just finished 3. Yeah, so we're getting ready to start 4. Once
4
right as-
seasons.
What do you do?
Why would
do?
Is that why you asked him
I
that
mean-
question?
Actually, no,
Of
I
course
never
we
heard that
did.
story until you said that.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't rub it. I'm happy that I heard that. that you could have had a
Syndication
hit
money
show.
starts rolling.
I was wondering, when you go into a show with that stars like a kid, do you think, if we get a year out of this, we're lucky? And now you must start thinking, this kid's getting older.
He's really old, and his voice has changed,
Yeah.
and he's shaving, and
Yeah, it's like what?
got hemorrhoids.
You get the Harry Potter problem.
Yeah, we got the. Well, I wish I.
Well,
Yeah, that's some problem.
That's a
It
good
ain't
problem to
quite
have.
the Harry
That, though, it
Potter
happened.
problem.
It happened with like the Wonder Years and stuff, where I think they go into it thinking, we're lucky if it's even on the air, and then it gets to the point where it's like, Dad, I'm home, and it's not quite the Wonder Years anymore. You know,
Right.
it's not this innocent child thing. Now he's driving and having sex.
Sleeping with his aunt.
Yeah, exactly.
And his show, that Everybody Loves Chris, was one of the few ones that made the leap when they combined to make the CW and UPN closed down. And
Oh, that's right.
And his and like a couple others were the only ones that moved over to the new network.
Right
Yes,
on.
because all the shows were so great. They had to figure out what's gonna make it.
That was just, you could hear the collective click of white people hitting the remotes on some of those shows. It's like, what? There's 4 girls and they're living together and they're working. I have no idea what that's about. Click.
Yeah.
I had no real interest in seeing that.
What?
What?
Why don't you just start it with "I'm a racist"?
Yeah, I didn't say I'm a racist.
I like my shows with a black friend. That's what you're really saying. An occasional black friend is great on the show.
You know, he has
Black
one
cast?
He has
What's
one
that?
important scene every season. That's where I feel
Anthony goes,
is my safe zone.
Sticks from Happy Days. Give us Sticks. Look, what happened to those days?
Anthony goes, "I'm not watching UPN word."
I don't call it that. Jesus Christ. I just need something I can relate to a little. Well, us as humans, we just watching things we can relate to a little
Steve
more.
Nash. You want to see you getting
Just so Chris understands,
it's like
Anthony.
Nash, right?
Anthony is
Yes.
You root for Nash.
Right.
Of course you root for Nash.
Anthony's a big
All
fan.
white guys root for Nash.
Anthony's a big fan of the History Channel, but he likes to call it the Hitler Channel, just so you know
Well, it's
who
the
you're
big
dealing
H
with
in the
here, Chris.
corner and stuff, of course.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the era.
Right. Keep
Of
going.
like
It's
the
amazing Hitler can have a channel and OJ can't get a show. OJ only killed 2 people. Nothing.
they're fascinated with
Hitler
Hitler.
gets a whole channel network.
Every bit of film of that guy has been shown. Everything.
He's a drug addict. now.
There's
I
no
just saw
Hitler
one.
outtakes.
Saw one the other day. Hitler went sandal shopping.
Yes.
Yeah, some rare
Hour,
footage.
a whole hour of Hitler.
They
picking
find
out
2
sandals.
lousy seconds of Hitler footage, and they make an hour out of it
Yeah.
on the Hitler Channel.
OJ,
See, now I'm
nothing.
saying it. Nothing for OJ.
Nothing for OJ.
Hey, Chris is playing the Garden. We got to get the plug in, man. He's playing
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden New Year's Eve. How cool is that, Chris?
Madison Square Garden, New Year's Eve. Yes.
And, Ticketmaster for tickets, and it's amazing to be doing that room. It's funny. I think off the air we said this, but I'm like, is this? Are you doing the? There's 2 rooms. One
the
with
Little
5,000.
Garden? No, I'm doing the Dane Cook
The
Garden.
Dane Cook Garden.
The Dane Cook Garden. Oh my
Renamed.
God. That is the elephant in the room too, because you're sitting there going, "How do you ask somebody? Are they playing the real Garden or
Yeah.
the other thing?" But the other thing is 5,000
It's still
seats.
impressive. Yes.
Yeah, that's the mini garden.
Yeah, but whenever anybody says it, you
Then
go
I'm
like,
coming
oh.
back to the other garden in the Little Garden in April, May.
Okay, so you're
about
doing
4 nights.
an arena, 4 nights in the Jesus.
How come not do one big garden? Because that adds up to 4 of the little gardens.
There's like insurance issues. Let me explain arenas.
Yeah, you gotta look, Chris. You gotta explain that world.
I know when you're settling up at the Chuckle Hut at the end of the night.
I'm sitting.
You sit there with the guy.
I don't know. I'm really asking. Like I don't
From
know.
the Rainy Night House, and you're going over.
You ask it the
Tony
garden.
Camacho has the check.
You asked them not to drop checks. at the
John
garden.
Maroney is working with you.
Do you ask them not to drop checks?
Big up to Maroney.
Do they have wings at the garden?
We might have rings. I've been trying to get Kentucky Fried Chicken to give out 2 pieces at the end of the night, but
I wonder if you probably make more doing 4 nights at the other one. 'cause
you
union
can
charges
make
kill
more
you.
money. Yeah, because
Yeah.
the union is
Very
insane.
expensive. New York rooms are very
Yes.
expensive. I mean, I understand some of the big rooms.
This is
too.
all business stuff
Not,
here.
not
I'm
that,
just-
of course.
It's all business. Yes, yes.
Something you don't know nothing about.
I'll be at comics next week. The
Yeah.
20. I'm trying to sell 4 shows. With
Patrice decided it was a good idea to get a website a mere 3 months ago. Remember all the times you would come on the show and like,
See,
you have a
that's
website to
how he
promote
didn't
yourself?
get the show. Exactly. That's how he did.
He doesn't know how to promote. He goes, I feel weird
do you see-
promoting.
do you see him trying now?
You
though?
are trying.
Jesus. I'm trying.
Patrice's brilliance is as a comedian.
You're playing some big rooms now, right?
I'll get back to you. Yes, I'm actually, Chris. It's funny. As a businessman, it's time to plug myself. Yeah, I'm doing maybe 1,000 is probably the maximum.
That's what I'm saying.
1,500. You know.
Hey, you're out the clubs.
Yeah.
You made it.
Well, I mean, it
That's the
depends on
goal
how
of
I
every
sell.
comic is to get out of the chuckle huts.
My only goal, I swear to you, was to be famous enough to not have to do radio. That was it. Not that I want to be up now, but I mean, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
I don't have to do radio, and I don't have to stay in the condo, in the comedian condo. That's all I wanted.
And you mean you're on the
I
road.
wanted to be
That's
like
true, man.
Don Maera, George Wallace was
Sure.
like my goal.
He's
in
been on
life.
the show a bunch.
Yeah.
Funny
That was
guy.
my goal.
Yeah.
You shot past that.
We should
Jesus
talk
Christ.
about we should talk about the condo thing. A lot of people out there don't understand when you guys go to these cities, you have to stay in the same condo that other comics were in
Yes.
the week before,
The same sheets.
right? Because they're trying to just save. They're trying to save money, so these guys buy an actual condo.
Comedians are disgusting.
Right. I can't even imagine.
You got to share. You got to share. Sometimes with. I've done so many gigs with a headliner in the middle act.
Or sometimes you have to
Share
share. If you're not a headliner, you share the room with the
some strange comic you barely know.
Like damn near bunk beds.
Right.
It's like
Yeah, I've done that. I woke up one time. It was 3 comedians in a room, and I woke up and the 2 guys had left. We had like a 2-hour drive to the next game. They just left a note like, "We'll meet you there." Dirtbags.
Hint.
You ever had that thing where you're at the club and they have the meal, the menu, and then there's the stuff the headliner can eat, but if you're an opener, you can't get shrimp. You know?
Oh my God, the chintzy ass crap is that?
We don't. The middles can't get scallops. We're sorry.
You can have the chicken wings. Chicken wings for you.
I was doing a club recently up in Massachusetts, and they said that the MCs, the opening acts, couldn't get soda. I'm like, you don't give the guys. I can see alcohol.
You know what I don't like? This
Wow.
I saw one said, "Don't touch the waitresses."
Was that a problem?
Oh, you know what's bothering me about this conversation? That Norton and Chris Rock are having a nostalgic conversation that I still live.
If you had the right attitude, you're as funny as both of us.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and say I'm funnier than you.
I guess it's time to tell you this is an intervention for you, Chris Reese. Yeah. We thought we were having Chris Rock to promote his New Year's gig, but it's really an intervention to get you on the right track.
How do people be able to move on from old school news? I'm not like that.
I'll tell you what it is. You're as a comedian, and
You're like Whitney Houston. You're going to have to be clean for 10 years before we buy it. Like, ooh, we supposed to just buy it now?
But she's looking good again. She's looking good.
Prove it to the public.
I need 4 crackless albums before I buy clothes.
I'm gonna have to be like Michael Vick after he gets out. Like, I'm going to take care of dogs.
You're gonna work at a shelter. You gotta pet every dog you see walking by.
you're gonna have to shake hands with a few audience members as they walk out. Thank you, club owner, for having you. 'Cause it's not your act. People love your act.
People
but
love
who
your
you are.
act.
It's who you are.
They hate you.
Garbage.
They just hate you
mean, Patrice.
they just hate you as a person. This is your intervention. I've been
Wait a
waiting
minute.
for this day.
There is no awful human beings. I'm a good person.
Yeah.
I'm just. It just.
You just got a thing about you.
That's what it is.
I can name 10 guys you're
And
funnier
you know what?
than.
And Chris, you know what? This is how you know. This is how you
They're
know.
way more successful than you.
This is Chris is talking to me like a middle-aged white man. That's how middle-aged white people talk to me. You know I'm finished because Chris is like, look, my son, you need to work on this.
If you think it's just jokes, you got jokes are only half the battle.
This is, every conversation you have about Patrice goes like this. He's a funny guy.
This is years ago,
You know?
Norton. This is in the mid '90s. This was I used to do this.
I met him. I hated Patrice. His pomposity. I met him, and he was like, "We're doing this hell gig for Jamie Duke. It was a college. I was opening.
You keep telling that story. I killed that room.
You
by the way.
didn't kill
It
that
doesn't
room.
matter.
It's not about the comedy.
It's not about the jokes.
It's the delusion of who he is. I had maybe a 1. I
Help
bombed.
me help you. He's Rod Tidwell.
I like to see him sweat. It's rare you sweat on our show, man. All right, a
guess it's
a
true.
breather.
Deal. Nobody's got a bad thing to say
No.
No.
about his funny.
Just my essence stinks.
Before they trash you, they'll say things like, "Yeah, it's funny. Are you friends with him?" Like, no.
Patrice O'Neal will not be at the Garden. He'll be at the Undergarden.
Right. Chris Rock wants to make it perfectly clear. He doesn't want you
little room.
tainting his garden appearance.
There's the 5,000. Right. There's the 20,000, and then there's the bathroom.
Oh, poor Patrice.
Hey, are you working with anybody in the garden?
Jill Scott. Jill Scott for the ladies.
She's opening.
Yeah, she's opening.
Wow.
I don't know Jill Scott.
I don't either.
Okay.
I want to find out about.
If you're having sex with a black woman, you'd know.
Yeah?
Oh yeah,
She's big.
yeah.
Neo soul, as they used to call it. I don't know.
Oh, wait, she's the performer. She does music.
Yeah.
I knew. All right, I know who.
Oh, she's not a comic?
No.
Oh, you was thinking comedian Jill
I was
Scott.
thinking comedian Jill Scott. I've heard of Jill Scott.
Yeah.
I don't really know what I just know she's in music.
That's smart. Have music in front of you because this way you don't have to worry about somebody stepping on everything you want to talk about.
Exactly.
That's why Pryor did it with Patti LaBelle.
Exactly.
I'm going to start doing that music.
When I saw Dane Cook at the Garden, it was just him and a stool.
Yep.
No opening act, nothing.
Hour and a
Dane
half.
just came out.
Yeah.
That was. I'm like, wow, that's pretty pompous.
Hey,
Not even a warm up.
35 minutes of scream.
Right. Give us a band or something to hang out with for a while.
I hate working in the round. Not that I have an opportunity to do it. Believe me, I very rarely do it.
Shut up, stupid. You're not in the round yet. You
Westbury.
can't count the Westbury Music Fair.
I'm only doing half. Believe me, every time I'm in the round, there's a curtain. It's like, well, we thought it'd be more intimate. Curtain off and do half.
You're in the crescent.
And no one wants to see your back.
Hey, you were getting to something.
Oh, yeah. When you hosted the Oscars, all we had to hear was from Rich Voss about how he was writing for Chris Rock. Good. Finally. And all I wanted to do
He might
is...
have got a couple in there.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he got
He bragged about that for
He got a couple like in
a
the,
year.
in the intros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All he was talking about, though, is, well, I gotta, get over and see Chris where I'm writing. It's like, what could you possibly be writing?
He would call us from L.A. in between writing sessions.
And just
make
talk
sure everyone
about that.
knew what he was doing.
Every time we talked to him, he had to bring that up.
Yeah.
And it's still one of his big credits.
How long after you hired Voss did you realize, all right, this was a mistake? He's a nice guy, but he contributes very little, and he's dumb.
It's dumb as dirt.
He'd have some stuff.
I forgot you hosted, man. That was so great. It was so fun
It
to
was
watch.
so great they never called again.
Good, though.
What the hell is that about?
Wait.
Did it again?
Hold on. I'll tell you what that's about. That means he did a great job.
As a comedian,
No, I'm serious.
You were a comedian doing
Right.
the Oscars. It was great to watch. Just smashing them. I love that. That stupid Jude Law. Who is he? That was so great. And then Sean Penn, who's one of our finest. Shut your mouth.
One of our finer actors. And
It's like
boy, what a
Sean-
sense of humor that guy's got.
Chris will say it. So Sean should have taken take the joke.
Oh,
man.
what a
My
douche.
God.
It was just nice to see a comic doing that and not being polite to them, but really tearing their throats out.
Absolutely, it was great, man.
Thank you.
Could you hang for a little
Patrice,
longer?
see how I said thank you?
Wait a minute. Let me
That goes
practice.
a long way. That goes a long way, Patrice.
Thank you, Christy. I'm going to follow it. Let me just practice saying thank you to people. Just say something to me, Owie.
I don't have anything I could say to you.
It's okay.
Thanks anyway.
Hey, thanks anyway for. I'm trying to learn instead of going. Ugh.
This is Patrice, and you compliment him because he is a sweet guy, but he doesn't
want anyone to know that.
He doesn't know how to
He's got
get
that
love.
tough outer shell that you got to break through.
If you said, Patrice, that hosting job you did was so good that one time, shut up.
right. That's Patrice.
Patrice doesn't realize he's a big black man. So he thinks he's going, hey, how you doing? But what we hear is
Ooga booga. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Ooga ba, booga booga ba, booga.
People who don't like Patrice hate him. Because he gets the people, because if he teases you, he's loud. You're not going to be louder than he is. And
No.
I never
love
realized he
comedians that hate
couldn't
him.
take a compliment properly
No,
because
'cause
I'd complimented you on your appearances on The Office, even though they were very brief, but you were very good.
Can I tell you really quickly
people
why?
always, when they write for Patrice, they make sure they can write him out, too. I don't know how this is going to work.
They need an out for this character.
Put a pre-existing medical condition in the character description.
It starts off with diabetes in the show.
He's boisterous with a heart condition.
Just in case.
That fun-loving, weak-hearted man.
It starts off with diabetes and a doctor's appointment in the first episode.
First episode, you could go into a coma in season 2
They don't want to lose a minute of
lucky.
production time.
if you're lucky. Oh man,
Actually, Arrested Development, too. I loved that show.
I think I got thrown out of there for the same reason.
Why?
I don't think I said thank you.
Yeah, see, that's your
That's
problem.
what are you gonna do? I don't. What are you? Just
Hey,
See? Just
Really?
be nice.
I think we only... You have to be somewhere? We only have you for another 10 minutes or
Whatever
so?
you need, I'm here.
Can we take a quick break and then
For
continue?
you? Sure.
Oh, wow. And he doesn't like doing radio, so that's a compliment. I
Who
think.
does?
do that
Jesus
one more time.
Christ.
Chris.
That's
Too early.
Do that one more time. Just
For you?
See, I know.
see.
he's
There
acting.
was nothing in me to even know to say that.
That was just
See.
acting, though.
But it was.
That wasn't sincere.
but
That
he-
was just acting.
No, but I know. That's what he's saying.
All right, listen.
For you, sure.
Quick break.
Rock at the Garden. Just a quick plug. Ticketmaster. Obviously, it's a New Year's Eve show. It's an amazing place. You're already in the city. So if you go to the show, it's like what, at 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
You're out by like
Yeah.
10:30. You can,
No,
you can
no,
head
no.
right up.
We're gonna do.
Oh, you bringing the New Year?
Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh, you're gonna rock
Wow,
it.
that's
Cool.
a long show. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
The other
Stay there
thing,
and bring the New Year.
Yeah, 9:30.
I love. First of all, let me just say something very subtle that Jimmy slipped in there.
Yeah.
He goes, Chris Rock playing the Garden. You're already in the city, See, in other words, it's like, don't drive from Long Island,
Where I'm going to
where
be.
he's going to
Where I'm
be,
gonna
and
be.
go to the city.
Can I say that?
Where are you playing?
I'm doing Westbury Music Fair.
Don't brag.
Hey, we got to take a quick break. Really fast, I do want to say that I'm a huge fan of your comedy CDs,
you.
and I had no idea you had a CD out until literally a minute ago.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? It's like
This
a
is the
greatest
hits.
It's called
Greatest hits.
It's called The Greatest Bits. Chris Rock, Cheese and Crackers. So check that out as you're doing your holiday shopping, right? Or
Yeah.
download it from iTunes, whatever you want to do.
Greatest hits is out. Perfect for the holiday.
All right,
Perfect gift.
more with Chris Rock. We got Drew Boogie playing us to break. It's Opie and Anthony.
Better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Wreck yourself.
We're back with the Opie and Anthony Show in studio. Chris Rock, we're really excited that he's sitting in here with us. Louis C.K. became a friend of our show in the last year.
Good man.
Thanks to Jim Norton. And we've been telling Louis, you got to help us get Chris Rock in studio. So I'm glad
I'm
it's
here
finally
for you.
happening, man. He's promoting his New Year's Eve show at the Madison Square Garden, which is
The big
very,
garden.
very
the real
sweet.
garden.
Yes.
Dan Cook God.
The Knicks garden.
Oh,
Nick's
boy.
God.
Hey, and the tour kicks off in February. You can go to chrisrock.com. And I forgot about this, too. You were voted the 5th best comic of all time by Comedy Central. And I know, like, voting in,
I
in
thought
the
it was
polls.
4.
That might be good or bad. Who was ahead of you? Was Yakov Smirnoff ahead of you?
Carrot Top, Bobby Slayton,
Pryor,
Pride.
Carlin,
Herrera,
Pryor, Carlin,
Joe
Woody,
Bolster.
Woody Allen?
Yeah, Woody was.
Wait.
Where
What's
was Bill Cosby at?
Bill Cosby was I want to say number 8.
Oh,
I could be wrong.
I'm not better than Cosby.
I think you are actually. I'm not. I know. I like Cosby, but I like the fact that you attack socially. And
thank
Cosby is a
Why
great
is
comedian.
Pryor undisputed number 1, you think?
Pryor,
I mean, he
Pryor's
is number
undisputed.
1.
I like Cosby and Pryor. They're like 1 and 1A to me, but you know.
That's me and Pryor and Carlin. Is
And
one
Carlin. That's like okay. That's the big 3.
I like Cosby, but I don't like him better than I like Pryor. I don't like him better than
No.
Carlin. I don't like him better than I like you. Only because as great as he was and as great a performer he is and as brilliant as he is, he doesn't attack social stuff. You always, and I like this about you, always, like we were talking about Michael Vick one night at the Cellar. And Chris wasn't even doing a bit, but just the angle you seem to hit these things from is always like, oh, all right. It's always an interesting point of view.
Poor Michael Vick.
I would have loved to see him play this year, man. That would have been so much fun.
We're getting ready for the playoffs right
Yep.
now. I watched the game this year. A guy got paralyzed, and they kept playing.
Yeah?
So you can paralyze a guy, but if you kill a dog, you can't play.
Do you think he'll be back next year?
A man can't walk. Fine.
Lay him in the middle of the field, put a 50 on him. That's part of the game.
He was shaking, convulsing. They gave him a penalty for taunting in the end zone. Michael Vick killed some dogs.
That's the social commentary you're talking about right there, Jimmy.
It was really, but it was really an interesting point of view. And I'm not going to give away the bit, but it's something about how they arrest you if you go, like, the bathroom in the park, and they have parks, just places for the dogs to go to the bathroom. It was really great.
That is great.
And just in conversation, I was like, God, that's great.
I got to ask Chris about India. You just got back from India?
I did I'm shooting a weird documentary, my Borat-ish movie about black women and hair weaves, and and hair weaves come from India. But, okay, I'm not making this up. India, you get off the plane, and you go to baggage claim, and in baggage claim was a big pile of SHIT. And I didn't see an animal anywhere. And that was probably the most pleasant smell in my 6 days there.
Wait, there was a pile of crap at baggage claim in India. Did it say hors d'oeuvre under it?
So that's all you need to know.
Wow.
Yeah,
But the people were pretty nice. But every now and then there'd be some crap on the ground.
Did you just expect to get some kind of disease, or at least like spend a lot of time on the bowl?
It's weird. Every time you drink water, you had to bring your own water, and sometimes people would try to give you water and tell you it was boiled. And I kind of lived off Pop-Tarts and peanut butter for like 4 days, man.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd be afraid to eat anything or to.
It was, I put it this way, I spent my last 2 Christmases in Africa, and it ain't nothing. Africa is Hershey, Pennsylvania compared to India.
Wow.
Why Africa? You just you doing gigs?
Well, I went, Oprah called up and then went down there for the opening.
When
of
Oprah
school.
calls, you got to go.
Yeah, Patrice was on the list. Didn't check his email.
You see how he knows about self-destruction? I'm trying. How come you can't give me the same? Everybody changes. Don't check his email. That had nothing. That's what Chris used to do. And he still has that thing because he spelled the word fully that he didn't say. He spelled it out.
He knows how to do radio.
That's what I'm saying. He knows that.
He doesn't like doing radio, but he knows how to do it.
Oh, man. That's funny. I
don't like waking up.
Yeah,
I got no problem with radio.
Yeah.
Sleeping late.
You want to be famous enough where when you go to Florida, Miami, and they say Chris Rock's coming, you want the show to be sold before you get there, so you don't have to go and sell it in the morning.
Hey, Bobby Slayton, Dom Herrera, Bobby Collins. That's all I wanted.
But we were saying at the break though, Chris Rock is
Bobby Collins' career. That's what I want. Bobby Collins packs him in there. Everybody's happy.
All right.
They're always happy.
That's all you wanted.
Let me ask you this.
Damn.
Now you think there's a is there a difference? There's a difference between white fame and black fame, right?
Yeah, and Puerto Rican fame.
But I'm saying you've been black
Asian
famous
fame.
for how long? How much longer than you've been like?
Yeah, these guys
all
had this
famous?
discussion during the break. Patrice looks at Chris Rock and goes, "You've been black famous for over 20 years."
Guess so, but you could make 1 million black people laugh, but one white man will make you rich.
That's true. Bernie Mac, right? Wasn't Bernie Mac very famous before he got
Ultimately, it'll be some
Black-
white
yeah,
guy.
black- yeah.
I think you're funny.
Yeah, you're hysterical. Here's a check. Well, when
I
you
think you're hilarious.
There are
I'm gonna
guys.
change your life.
but everyone knew
Bernie
who you
Mac-
are by SNL, from
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live and stuff. And
Enough to get in a club.
yeah, and then after that, you kind of went on. You kept things going. You're in a couple of movies, and then you did your stand up. Just put you over the top, man.
Brought me back.
That's-
I'm
yeah.
just trying to hang in there.
Yeah, just trying to hang in.
You know who's black famous? Mike Epps is black famous. Like
He's
most,
moving into he's in
most
Resident
white
Evil,
people,
and
they know kind of
White
know who
people
he
know
is.
Mike Epps.
But
Young
not like-
white kids know Mike Epps
If you,
from the Fridays.
maybe young
movie.
guys do, especially from the Fridays. If you say Mike Epps to most people, they don't know who he is. But yet he still does.
like Tracy Morgan's white famous, but he was
Yeah.
black famous when he was on Martin playing Hustle Man.
Yeah, I don't even remember that.
Yes.
You know, yeah.
Notice that that behavior works for Tracy. Won't work for you.
Yeah, I don't know how
Only one black man can behave like Tracy at a time.
I don't even
dirty bastard.
understand.
Only one crazy nigga in Hollywood.
I
and
don't
it's Tracy.
understand that. How Tracy gets and keeps work.
I think he's lovable.
But
He's
That's what it is.
insane.
No.
The guy's a madman.
But who's funnier than Tracy Morgan?
I know.
He really is a
Can any
funny
of us
guy.
in this room go, yeah, I'm funnier than Tracy Morgan? I can't say that.
If you ever standing in a room with that guy, he will be the center of attention, and you'll be
That
laughing
guy's
your ass off.
Always funny.
Yeah.
I bring it up a lot. I went and saw him at Caroline's, and he decided he needed to show the front row his.
Somebody go
His-
get pregnant tonight.
Right. But he decided not to do comedy anymore, and he was obsessed with showing girls his private area. Let's just put it that way for a half hour. I'm like, he's never going to be in Caroline's ever again.
I want you to have my daughter.
And sure enough, 3 months later, he's back there and selling out the
Tracy
club.
never
let you
possibly
down.
be the funniest dude you ever like.
He's one of the funniest guys.
We
I
love
ever-
we love when he comes on the
He's
show.
like
we just can't figure him
black.
out.
Chris Farley was just like that. Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, just this uncontrollable oozing.
We miss
Funny.
Chris Farley.
Yeah, anyone that's talked about him has said, like, even just hanging out in a room with him, you'll be laughing your ass off. The guy was always on.
Always.
Wasn't the 10-year, they called anniversary, which I think's weird, but it was 10 years, right, that he passed? I think that just passed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I miss him, man.
It's
He
been
was-
10 years.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
You done any stuff? Because you seem to make a lot of good choices with shows and stuff. You done any stuff?
I think so.
Yeah, man. As far as like the HBO show and the stand up, and then you segue into movies. I mean,
Trying to stay in the business, man.
doing well though. I mean, Lethal Weapon 4. I mean,
Try to say no sometimes. You can say,
Sometimes.
I've
you
never
can
said
actually
no.
say no.
I've never said no.
You say no enough times. See, the people that work with you want to make money. So they'll come back with something.
I love how he's downplaying his career in front of us. He's a
Come back. If
monster.
you say no, you'll be
Rock's a
amazed.
monster.
They'll come back.
Is there any that you wish? Is there
Like
any
they live off of 10% What do you make?
Oh no, they don't. My managers live off of what Robin Williams makes. I'm in the tax write-off
Category.
Like they were trying to help this kid.
They need a couple of bombs.
Yeah, believe me, they're not living off what I'm making. Did you is there anything that you did that you wish you didn't do?
Not really. I mean, there's stuff that, you know, you watch and go, ooh, maybe.
But it was a learning
Yeah,
experience.
but you end up being a learning. Sometimes things end up being a learning experience. Sometimes you make you get good relationships if you come on time and you know
You ever
don't
say,
don't
you
hit
ever
the
say,
pipe.
you ever
Remember
say
your
no?
lines.
I did a movie with this movie called Bad Company that didn't go great, but I met Jerry Bruckheimer and there's a relationship there, and Anthony Hopkins and you know Kerry Washington, all these people, and it was you know
You ever said no to anything that you go, oh man, I should have said yes to that?
really.
You ever say no to something that somebody else became famous from you saying no?
I said
I love those stories. Yeah.
what did I say no to? I'm not even sure. A lot of stuff just dies in the.
In the process.
I don't want to, because some of us say no to it is like they bombed, and you're like, you know,
Yeah.
people have child support payments to make. I don't want to judge anybody. It's like I knew that movie was going to suck.
You announced at Live Earth that you're doing a Ricky Gervais movie. Were you kidding or no?
I was kidding.
Oh, you are.
I
Okay.
was kidding.
Even
I'll do a movie. I love.
We
it.
just had him on the show the other
He's
day.
funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's great.
Speaking of which, you're going to go over to London and perform.
Yeah. Right after the New Year. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of.
Comedy's a lot different over there, no? I hear that all the time, but
I hear. I've been on stage over there. I never like really did gigs there. So, but I've been on stage and stuff seemed to work.
right.
They'll all know who you are there, though. So you want to go to London a little bit famous before.
Not really.
You can
They're
make a
10
name for
years
yourself.
behind us in
Remember
funny.
Leary? Leary went over there, not famous, and came back, made a name for himself.
Rich Hall.
Yeah.
Rich Hall.
Rich Hall.
Who's still huge over there, right?
Yeah, he does theaters.
He's massive in London.
He's
Yeah.
big as Otis Lee Crenshaw over there now. He does this singing kind of cowboy dude. Yeah, he's big.
Get outta
he's
here.
He's
Really?
a household name over there, Rich Hall. Otis Lee Crenshaw, he's as big as you can get over there.
Really? What is it, like a parody of Idiotic Americans?
No, he's a like a redneck kind of thing, and he sings these songs and parodies, and and he's famous.
Is he kind of like Larry the Cable Guy with songs?
It's Larry Cable Guys. Yep, yes it is. Yep.
So he just ripped off Larry the Cable Guy.
I won't say that. Is that the right thing to say?
Say it. You can say it.
Patrice trying. I like it.
I wouldn't say that, but no, I don't think.
Wow,
he
now
did.
you're
It's
burning
not-
a bridge
I like
with.
No, if you listen to this, unless they edit it
Oh, we'll edit it. Trust me.
to make it sound like I'm saying he does this dude, but I would say it's Cable Guy-ish, but it's not him. It's just like this.
Yeah.
This he's more like a I don't know, nigga.
Get her done.
Here's why I get frustrated. I don't know.
I like Larry
It's
the
just,
Cable
I'm just saying he's kind of
Peace for Larry the Cable Guy. Everybody go to his gig.
Yeah.
He's playing New Year's
Hey,
somewhere.
Chris, what was your story of the year? It's the end of the year here. What's the one story that made you go, "This was a good year"?
You know my favorite story, and I'm just sad that they didn't stay on it long enough. Was the astronaut in the diaper was my favorite
Yes.
of the year. That was my favorite,
Was she?
hands down.
She had to do some damage so bad that she needed to wear that diaper for that long ride.
You know, I always say it's like that could never happen with a guy. A guy could put on the diaper. A guy could get in the car, but he ain't driving 10,000 miles. A guy within a mile and a half, he gonna see another girl. Look at that bitch. He's gonna pull over. He's not gonna make it that long.
Yeah, she was on one of those stalker missions, man.
Oh, she's my favorite.
She was
I'm gonna
great.
put on a diaper.
And just being an astronaut,
diaper.
all the work it takes to become an astronaut, and then you just shoot it to hell by putting a diaper on and
diaper in a
having like
car.
a ball-peen hammer and some pliers. I don't know what the hell she was going to
You know
do,
how
some
well you
duct
have-
tape.
You know how well you have to bang a woman for her to go to the bathroom in her own pants to get your rival? Like, you really have to be
You
good
would
in
think
bed.
she'd want it to be nice and fresh when she saw him.
That was the take. You actually feel good about that. You rode all the way here to kill my girl in a diaper? Shit. Thanks, baby.
Oh, that is a great story. That one is Michael Vick.
Two girls, one cup.
Two Girls, One Cup is a
Have you
great
seen
one.
it?
What's Two Girls,
Oh.
One Cup?
Oh,
we don't have it
Jesus.
here.
We just don't have
Wish-
time, unfortunately.
wish we had it here.
Wow. I'm surprised you don't know
It's
that.
a video that's just gone completely viral on YouTube, and it's two girls.
Right.
1 cup, and one girl fills the cup with a lovely thick treat.
Yeah, she could have got it from baggage claim in India.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 girls, 1 cup, and India. Just put those all together.
They both share it.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's great.
It is. We're like short timers left in the nom when it comes to that. We're like the short timers in the nom. We've seen it so many times. We just watch and go, ha ha ha. But when we get somebody new and that hasn't seen it, we enjoy them just going, oh, I can't look. Oh, geez. Oh.
But everyone,
it is on like
still, I can't believe it.
a human level. You can't watch it.
Yeah,
it's just why are they
Is this
doing
a porno?
No.
I think it was
It is
supposed
actually,
to be in some places of the world.
It did nothing to me at all.
But mainstream culture has checked this video out. It's not just like guys like us. that are
Wait,
posting it.
1 cup.
It's so big that they don't have. It's hard to find the actual video. You just have. If you type it up, it's just people watching it.
Yeah.
And you're not seeing
Yeah, now it's people's reaction to watching it that people are watching.
2 girls, 1 cup. I'll try to remember that.
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's a good one.
2girls1cup.com.
I've just never,
Tell
Do you troll around looking
I
at
troll
videos?
around the internet. I never press, SHIT.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never.
Just kind of
I
end
never
up
been
there.
that. I never been that.
Chris, for
well-
your viewing pleasure.
Well,
just
here
before
it
we go
is.
Off the air.
If you want to take
starts off with a
quick
nice
look.
scene, girl
Okay.
on girl action, and then you get.
They ever step it up?
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Come on,
They
Chris.
step it up. They step
Come
it
on!
up.
Don't be a rookie. Come on! Look at that! Come on!
They really step it up. God, they step it up. Look at
That's our favorite part. Come on, look. There you go.
There it is.
We just want to make sure you don't forget your time on the Opie and Anthony show.
2 girls, 1 cup. Why
those are great.
indeed?
Why?
You're not gonna forget us, right, Chris?
Why?
That was wonderful.
Where do you get those girls?
That makes me breathe better when I
I
see that
think
video.
I think I found a new opening act.
It's an icebreaker, all right.
Well, that's our music. We got to get out, unfortunately. Let's not forget Patrice O'Neill comics next week.
Comics.
28,
Next-
29.
How many seats is that place?
PatriceO'Neill.com.
Chris Rock will be there ridiculing me. Come down and see.
You can play
Yeah.
Town Hall.
And comics.com with an X.
Please.
For the Patrice O'Neill info. Jim.
He's at the Westbury. Patrice should be at the Westbury Music Fair.
Yeah, I'm North Fork on New Year's Eve. If you're
Yes.
out there, if you're in the city here, Chris Rock is at the Garden on New Year's Eve with Jill
Scott.
and they bring in the New Year there too in the Garden. Go to Ticketmaster.
And at midnight, Biz Marquis coming out and singing Umbrella.
Bismarcky.
That would be something I would want to see.
Yeah.
ChrisRock.com.
there.
And his greatest hits CDs in stores now. It's Cheese and Crackers from Chris Rock.
Chris Rock's greatest hits.
Chris, I hope you come back. We had a lot of fun, man.
This was right.
We do a little hang here. We try to do it a little different than most.
The video
most
was a
shows.
bit much.
Yeah.
But you're not
I
gonna-
want to apologize for
How you
that.
gonna
But
top that?
Are you going to forget us,
But,
though?
I can't forget you.
That's our goal with this whole thing. All right. The great Chris Rock. What else can we say?
Thanks to the audience for a great year, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
oh yeah, look at that.
We'll all do the hang at Jim Norton's show, and some will be at the Chris Rock show, obviously. And then my brothers join F.H. Riley's 400 New York Avenue after Jim's show in Huntington Village. We'll all
Hey,
be
guys,
there.
thanks for letting me be a part of this.
Yeah, whatever.
There you go.
That's good, though.
No, it's not. I miss filthy, awful. I don't like this nerd.
Nerd. All right, we got to get out of here. We're going to go over to XM, and Chris, it was a pleasure, really. Thank you.
Oh, I can't be on the cursing show, huh?
Do you want to go over there?
I gotta go meet some white people.
Lucky you.
That's how we end. We'll see you guys, I don't know, in about a week or
second
so.
or
third. Later, man.
Yeah, all right, man.